One of the defenders made up his mind, lifted his great bow, took aim at a mounted officer, and let fly. Hojo Tokimune, insecure in his recent tenure, presiding over a crumbling realm beset with woes, lay in his concubine's lap. Whether you want to be able to communicate better at work, plan a trip, or simply explore a different culture's way of thinking, Babbel will help you start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. It is one of the top language apps worldwide, with classes developed by real language teachers that teach real-world conversations, preparing you to have practical conversations about travel, business, relationships, and more. Personally, I've been using it to brush up on my Spanish. Even for someone who has a good level, it has been useful to learn new phrases and ways to communicate. También es una ganga. You can get 60% off your subscription if you follow the link in the description, with a 20-day money-back guarantee. It would be left to Soga no Ename's descendants to reclaim the Buddhist mandate. The army of the imperial princes and the troops of the ministers were timid and afraid, and fell back 3 times. At this, the imperial prince Shotoku, his hair being tied on his temples, followed in the rear of the army. He pondered in his own mind, saying to himself, "Without prayer, we cannot succeed." So he cut down a tree and swiftly fashioned images of the 4 heavenly kings. Placing them on his topknot, he uttered a vow. "If we are now made to gain the victory over the enemy, I promise faithfully to honor the 4 heavenly kings, guardians of the world, by erecting to them a temple with a pagoda." And so, Prince Shotoku swept to victory. His vision, his accomplishments, and the recognition granted him down the ages, Prince rusty knife in his belt, a tall spear at his side. He was feeling strong. The gathering cold of late autumn didn't bother him one bit. Instead, the blue sky gave him hope and strength. The conscript reflected on the fact that he was a peasant no more. He was now a great warrior for his lord and king. He watched excitedly as the eagerly anticipated great flotilla of ships entered the mouth of the Bengma River on the east coast of Korea. Tens of thousands of men bent to the oars, chanting in unison as the small vessels, which had successfully made the treacherous crossing from Kyushu, made their way up the river. Astride each ship stood proud warriors, clan banners held high, swords punching the air amid deafening cheers. Drums rang out. They were late in the season and had been lucky not to get caught in the autumn storms, but it mattered not. They were now here. Baekje, the kingdom from which Buddha's peace had entered Japan, was an ancient Japanese ally on the Korean peninsula, but had fallen to an alliance of Tang China and another Korean kingdom, Silla, in 660.